All right. Today, our trainer is Michael Huggins. A few minutes ago, we heard from two great speakers. Jim Rohn told us that the only person on our excuse list for not succeeding should be ourselves. And, there was once a time when Michael just didn't feel the success. He was working two full-time jobs, had uh, student loans, was living in his girlfriend's mother's basement, and he took that to heart. What Jim Rohn taught, he found real estate education through Renatus. He put that to work, and he has changed his life just immeasurably. And we're grateful that he's with us here today. Ooh, who is writing on our screen? Please don't do that. Thank you for erasing. Um, any rate, Michael is here today to help us better our own lives and be successful. Michael, how are you this morning?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Ron. Thanks for setting this up. And hello, Team Elevate. If this is your first day, welcome. We're excited to have you. Every morning we get together and we stay focused on what's productive and what's going to change our lives. So I'm glad you guys took the time to be here. And I got just a few line items I want to cover. And great news, they're all about money. So if you're here to make some money, you want to help your guests find some money, good. This is what we're talking about today is Money Day. All right, so I am now the host. So I'm going to share this. Excuse me. Woo! Right before you make a bunch of money, you sneeze twice. So it's a good sign. Okay. All right, here we go. I want to talk about the top 10 funding ideas. Top 10. And I know we have like the major four ways of funding. And I just want to remind you that there's way more opportunities to get your people funding than just these four. And so as we're transitioning into more of a student advocate role instead of being a financial planner, we got to know all 10 ways to help people find their money. Here's one thing we got to stop doing. Financial, oh boy, I can spell, worksheets. Financial worksheets are a no-no. Do not give your guest a sheet and say, hey, tell me how much you make, how much you spend, what's in your account, what's this, what's that, what's that, what's that. You cannot do that unless you are licensed as a financial planner, which takes 4 years of bachelor's degree and 3 years of experience in the field. Then you could be a financial planner. But if that's not you, do not, moving forward. If it's in the past, no big deal, stop it. Moving forward, no more financial worksheets, okay? And I know what was normally happening is people would say, well, fill out the financial worksheet, then that'll give me some ideas, and then we can go over this list and we can make a plan, and this is how you should move your money from here to here so it goes in my pocket. That's what it looks like, people. If it ended up in a court case, it'd be like, oh, so you showed this person how to take their money out of your pocket and put it in yours, huh? Give it back. We don't want that. So there's a difference between steering and explaining or inspiring. Okay, we can inspire action. We can explain action taken in the past that was successful, but we do not steer action. If someone screws up, which, there's some people out there that are just prone to screwing things up. You don't want it to come back that you steered them towards the screw up. So we don't steer, we explain, and we inspire, but we don't steer and we don't ask for financial worksheets. This, I hope you're realizing, is great news. This is great news because you work less. You get to work less. If you stop asking your customers for financial worksheets, you get to work less. Now, one thing I also noticed with some of our newer recruits who are getting brand new into business, they're afraid to make recruits because they think they need to grab financial worksheets from their customers and look like an expert and try to find them the money that way. No, no, no. We don't do that. No financial worksheets. So your job gets easier. It's less responsibility, less time, less risk, less liability. So this is all good news. I hope you guys are figuring that out. You're seeing it. And so I'm going to give you some phrasing, and what I want you to do is participate with me today. I don't want this to just be Michael talks into the device again. I want you to participate. This phrasing's okay, this phrasing not okay. Well, what if I say this? What about this way? Okay, we spent several hours with Nicole yesterday dialing some stuff in, and this stuff is easy. Pretty soon this will just be a habit, and making money is a habit, right? Right. Okay, clearing. All right, so no more financial worksheets. Good on that. If your customer says, I love this, but I don't have the money. So, man, if you could help me find the money, I'd totally be in, but I don't have. Look at me, poor old me, I don't have. I want you to take the attitude that 9 out of 10 times when people say they don't have the money, it is just a stall tactic. Plain and simple, stall tactic. It's okay. We don't get offended when our customers stall. It's part of the process. You stall all the time too. Okay? I told you to make an offer on a property last year. You're still stalling. So don't get mad at those who are stalling the sale. But what you got to do is recognize that that's all it is. If you believe they don't have the money, then what the hell are you doing recruiting people? So if we look at it as a stall tactic, then we can say, oh, I recognize this before. This is just one of those stall tactics. Okay, no worries. So you think you don't have the money. That's all it comes down to. Let me clarify something. You think you don't have the money. Well, great. That's why we're here, is to show you how to find the money. So I'm going to give some credit where credit is due. Richard Stock showed me a lot of this many, many years ago, and basically forced us to memorize it in such a way that we could move forward with confidence. We were finding people the money. Somehow over the years, it got messed up into financial worksheets and just give me this, give me that information. Let's clean it back up. Let's make it simple. We're going to go back to the roots. Here's our top 10. Okay. And here's how I go through it with my customer. So if you got to remember, okay, let's just do a quick recap. This is your first time. Okay, remember, you're an ambassador. Okay, you're a student advocate or an ambassador. All you're doing is just walking people through exposures, through hallways, saying, hey, come to the 4 pillars. Did you like that? Great. Go to the follow-up. Did you like that? Great. Let's do a one-on-one. Well, at the one-on-one, you do not drive your customer down to the bank and tell them to get a loan. You do not sit with them and fill out credit card apps. You don't get paid for that. So go find another customer while they're dialing in their money, while they go to the bank, while they fill out the apps. Do not do that stuff with them, okay? So here, I'm going to jump forward in the process because a couple of days ago we talked about this whole concept of moving people through. We're going to jump forward now to the one-on-one, okay, whether it's on the phone, a webinar, face-to-face. This is how I conduct it. So 2 pieces of paper, one for me, one for you. Okay, hand them a piece of paper, you take your paper. Say, all right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you, and then I'll write it out. I'll write out my 10. I'm going to give you 10 ideas where I've seen people or I've heard success stories of people who found their money to get started. What you're going to do is follow along, and you're going to write in your own answers. I don't need to see them. I don't care. I know they're not as good as you want them to be, so let's fix them. But here's what you're going to do. I'm going to give you examples. You're going to write your own numbers down, and then you are going to decide Waco. This is our favorite new acronym, hot off the block. Waco is our favorite. It's so compliant. It's the compliantiest. And what it means is, what are you capable of? What are you capable of? So if your customer says, well, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? And they're looking for steering. I get it. They're looking for steering. It's new. You're an expert. Great. You're going to answer with, well, what are you capable of? Do you have this? Do you have that? Do you have that? There's a difference between do you have versus what is in what you have. Okay? Does that make sense? Do you have a 401k versus what is in your 401k? Okay? Do you have golden? Ask it all day. I ask it twice. I encourage that sort of behavior. But what is in what you have, not allowed. Now, of course, what you got to remember is where all this is coming from is from ding-dongs, people who don't listen well and are quick to complain. So this is where the rules came from. Ding-dongs who don't listen well and are quick to complain. So what I'm saying is, if you're talking to your best friend and if you're talking to your best friend and it slips out that you're like, well, what's in your 401k? Don't freak out, okay? What this comes down to is responsibility, all right? You should be marketing to your friends anyway and not to strangers, because strangers are ding-dongs that don't listen well and are quick to complain. So, off the record, if they're my friends, they're my family, they're my warm market, they're my old coworkers, I'll ask them. I'll ask them what's in your 401k so I can shame them, mostly. Right? The guys in their 30s and 40s, right? They're working, they've had a 15, 20-year career, they're my friends. Then I'll say, what's in your 401k so I can laugh at them. Only because I'm ready and here, and I can laugh at them because I'm here to help them. If you're not here to help them, don't laugh at them. Okay. So do you have is major key to keeping you compliant? And again, if they're your friends, don't freak out. But people you don't know, don't steer them. Okay, so let's go into this. Number one. Number one is a lot of people simply use their checking account. So here's something to ask yourself. At the end of the month, after you've paid all of your bills, do you have anything left over? Okay, I don't need to know what it is. If you want to tell me, I don't care. But don't be like, so what do you have in your checking account? Nope, we don't do that. Just say, in your checking account, after you paid all your bills, do you have leftover money? Yes, great. Velocity banking will work for you. No, then we got to fix something before we could do velocity banking. And what we got to fix is your mindset, is your approach to money. And good thing you're here. Okay, number two, savings. If you've got a savings account, go ahead and put that on your paper. Good morning, Miguel. Welcome to the training. All right, number three is HELOC. If you have a HELOC, I've seen people put their $20,000 education on a HELOC. Number four will be 401k. I'll use questions like, did you know? Did you know you can invest with a 401k? Did you know that 401ks never dissolve? Did you know that if you had one at an old job and started a new one, that you could go back and get your old 401k? Did you know that? Okay, Mr. Customer, so on your sheet, write down what's in your 401k, and if that's something you can use, then great. Find out what you're capable of with your HR department and go and use it. Number five would be an IRA. If you've got an IRA, maybe you got a solo, maybe you've got one that's being managed. Great. People use IRAs all the time. It's a fantastic vehicle. So there you go. Now, some people, number 6 is FICO. They're going to use their credit score, right? They had positive history in the past, and now they can use their FICO score. So write your FICO score down. Okay. Number 7 is going to be 7 is stocks, bonds, mutual funds. Okay. I got some people who are like, well, I'd really love to buy Renatus, but I only have 50 grand in my bond account. Do you know anywhere where I could borrow some money so I could get started? And I'm like, what? First of all, if you have your own personal resources, get in. Don't pay interest on borrowed money. So I see people liquidate stocks and happily jumping in with Renatus. Like, why did I have 20 grand in stocks? It wasn't doing anything for me. A couple $100 a year. Yeah, let me exchange that for a lifetime membership. Perfect. Okay, number 8 is going to be vehicles. If you have paid for vehicles, I see people get an auto loan to get the capital, and then they use their velocity banking strategy to pay the auto loan off. So if you've got a paid for a car, a boat, an RV, a motorcycle, a wave runner, a jet ski, a trailer, if you've got some paid for vehicles, you should look at the equity. Write down the equity you have in your vehicles. Okay. Now some people will be like, wow, I just paid it off. That's great. Congrats. Now you can use it. It's a resource for you. It's a gem. Think about how many people wish they had a paid off car so they could do something like this. So I've seen people go get a, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 auto loan and pay for their education that way and then pay their car off quickly. Here's another way I've seen people get their funding is a signature loan. Are you capable, remember, what are you capable of? Are you capable of a signature loan? How they work is they just want 2 pay stubs from your job. If you can show them 2 pay stubs from your job, how much you earn, then they will give you 2 times your gross monthly on a signature loan. Signature loans, 2 times your gross monthly income. So you're talking to your customer, they make $2,500 a month. You say, well, I know some people who went and got a signature loan to do this. Their local bank, right? Do not apply for a signature loan just willy-nilly, okay? You don't just open up the next piece of mail that says, hey, you're pre-approved for 20 grand, and you're like, oh, good, there's my money. Come on, it's not like that, okay? Signature loans from credit unions where they know you make your deposits, get it paid off quickly, but it's a great way to find some money. And because it's a local person, it's a local bank, you have a relationship with they're more flexible with who they're lending money to. Okay, so signature loans. Now number 10 is going to be love money. Who loves you? Who loves you? Now this isn't who's gonna give you 20 grand because they pity you. No, it's who loves you enough that they will put money in to your business to see you succeed. Love money. Now I've seen people use all sorts of combinations of these ideas. Checking, savings, HELOC, 401k, IRA, using your FICO score, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, vehicles, signature loans, love money. Right? There's another one. A lot of people have gold and silver, precious metals. Okay. Well, is it doing you any good there? Is it paying your bills? Is it doing what it's supposed to do? If not, great. Some folks have sold their gold and silver, turned it into cash, and bought a lifetime membership. There's a slight difference in the language, but a major difference in the eyes of a judge. If you said, consider using your gold and silver as a way to do this, is so different than go sell your gold and silver so you can do this. Okay? Just say consider it. Or I've known other people who are successful doing it. What are you capable of? What a powerful question. Okay, then there's the number 12 option would be, get funded online. Right, make them watch that little 2-minute video. Go to Get Funded Online. See what you're capable of getting there. And then 13 is going to be UGA/billing. UGA is going away. So then let me talk to you about the billing option. So we just go through this and put a big smile on your face, make eye contact. So what are you capable of? Have you found your money yet? Remember, $425 to get started. The credit cards falls into number 6, the FICO score. Here's how you could use your credit cards. Because you have a FICO score, you can get these credit cards. Because you have a FICO score, there's different things available to you. So you need to know your FICO. Okay, so here's the 13 ways. So what I'd like you to consider is memorizing these. Checking, savings, HELOC, 401k, IRA, FICO score. So I got the first 5 memorized, right? Checking, savings. Then I memorized HELOC because I just imagined 3 lock. 3 HELOC, 3 lock. Number 3 lock. Number 4, that one's easy. 4, 401k, right? 5 RA, IRA, 5 RA. So I remember the top 5 right there. Checking, savings, HELOC, 401k, IRA. And then we get into these ancillary options. We put UGA down here at the bottom because, one, it's a pretty expensive option, but also you can end on a yes. It's a major key to end on a yes. Go all the way down here. Well, at the end of the day, great news. UGA will do this. Are you capable of getting $425 together? Great. Let's get you in. Congrats. Now they leave with their sheet. I don't have to take any personal information. And then we got to remind them, what are you capable of? So there's also a resource that Scott Rowe made. Number 14 is a great website called findthemoney.info. Not .com, but .info. Findthemoney.info. Now, this only works if your customer has already seen or is aware of the marketing plan, because they talk about the referral fees. So if your customer is not aware of that and you throw them into findthemoney.info, they're going to be confused. So have that pre-conversation with there. By the way, a lot of students use these 13 ways to find their money, and then they quickly pay it off because of our referral program. Have I told you about it? Well, let me be the first to introduce you to the best earnings plan in the country, dare I say the world. And just go over how Bob Snyder's a genius, how he's mitigating risk, teaching students, putting money back in their hands instead of into some advertising agency. And the whole idea is for you to make your money back. So you can make your money back doing real estate, you make your money back doing referrals. Sometimes people get weirded out with referrals, so I'll ask them, well, hey, think about the last movie you went to, or think about the last new restaurant you tried. Well, you probably went to the movie because someone referred you to it. You probably went to the restaurant because someone referred you to it. So when you went and bought that movie, or you went and bought that meal, Did your friend make any money for referring you to it? You're a paying customer. You're happy you went through it. Why didn't your friend get any money? So here, we've actually created that option. All your friends can get the money. We refer as customers. Then they go, wow, okay, cool. So simple explanation. You don't need to get all technical on it. Unless they want it or they're ready to sign up as an IMA, then you say, great, watch your 10-step, jump in there, stay compliant. I've seen too many IMAs waste months, sometimes years, with the wrong people, and it started off on the wrong foot because the IMA said, you know what? I can help you. I'm going to find you the money. You just turn over all of your information and I'll help you. And now that IMA becomes responsible for their new person. So now they're getting bugged every day. I need help with this. I need help with that. You helped me find the money. You helped me move my paycheck around. You helped me do this. You helped me get into debt. Now you got to help me get out of debt. You don't want crap like that. You don't want those guilt phone calls. You say, you know what? You made a big boy decision to get involved. What are you capable of? Okay, so a few other things that we get to change in our language. All right, take a screenshot before I clear this. I'm going to have you try this on this week, and next Wednesday, we're going to talk about how it went with these 13, 14 ways of going through this. Okay, so grab your screenshot so I can clear this. Eugene says she used Love Money, 401k. Me too. Kevin Woods, signature loan, personal loan. Yes. Yep, unsecured personal loan based off of what you can earn from your job. So if you're self-employed and you've been self-employed and you're not paying yourself a wage out of your S corp, then you don't get to do things like signature loans. But if you still have a job, you still got a W-2 wage type situation, then the banks will do that personal loan. Okay, so there's been combinations. Think about it. If someone has, someone's got, $500 in their checking account, zero in their savings. They got nothing in a HELOC. They got no 401k. They got no IRA. They don't know their FICO score. They got zero in this. They owe too much on their car. Since they screwed up their FICO score, they don't get a signature loan. They don't have any gold or silver. So we start going through this list, and they got 0, 0, 0, 0. And I just look at them across the table, next to them, wherever, maybe we're walking down the street. Some of you guys would sell more money if you just went on a walk with your customer. Okay? Lose some weight, get some exercise, get some fresh air, clean your mind, make a friend, close a sale, all in one, take a walk. Holy shit. Holy guacamole. This is easy business. Go on a walk with your guests. I think that's one reason why Martin Potter signed up is Sim and I went on a walk, went on a hike. So anyway, you're going through the numbers with your person, and they're like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This is pain. They are experiencing all the pain. Right here. Let them sit in it. Let them sit in the pain. You needed that same thing. The only reason you made a change in your life, all you beautiful people on the live call and catching the recording, the only reason you're in is because you sat with your pain enough to make a decision that I'm not going to live like this ever again. So if you go down your list, you get all these zeros, and you quickly remove the pain by saying, that's all right, we'll figure out a way, we'll get you in. Don't do that. You're doing them a disservice by relieving the pain that way. Let them sit in the pain. Okay? If they're 19 and they have numbers like this, okay, whatever, get to work. But if they're 25, 30, 40, 50 with numbers like this, you can't eliminate the pain this quickly. You got to look at them and say, well, After looking at your numbers, because remember, you're not capturing their info, they're writing it down. After looking at your numbers, how do you feel? Ask that question. How do you feel? What does that make you feel like? When you got 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, question mark, 0, negative, negative. How does that make you feel? And watch them. They'll sit there. There'll be a shift. If you do it right, you will create a massive shift in their mind. They'll be like, you know what? Gosh darn it, dang it. Yeah, God, you're right. I hate it. I hate this feeling. I feel like crap. I feel like a kid, right? This is a 10-year-old's freaking results here, right? Why am I 50 with these numbers? How does that make you feel? Let them get mad. Let them get angry, right? Let them draw a line in the sand and say, good, this should not be like this. Now, go get your $400 and I'll see you next week. Cancel your cable. Cancel your satellite. Quit smoking cigarettes. There's $400 right there. Right? Quit drinking Diet Coke. You're spending $4 a day on Diet Coke. It's poison. $2 to $4 a day. That's your UGA payment. Something to think about. Now, you might get people who have all sorts of impressive numbers. Right? I got a $50,000 HELOC. I got $200,000 in my 401k. I got 50 in my IRA. I got an 800 FICO score. I got a couple $100,000 in stocks. I got 7 paid for cars. Right? I don't have a job. What do I need a signature loan for? I got some gold and silver. Sure. What's up? You just say, great. What are you capable of? Stuff becomes easy. Okay? Let them sit with the pain. I know some of you IMAs out there, you're so, you got the relator eyes, right? You got the validator eyes. And so you want to relieve the pain as quickly as possible. And so that's why you want them to join Renatus. Me too. I want them to relieve their pain as quick as possible also. But we got to understand that the pain drives a behavior change. So if they want a behavior change, you're encouraging behavior change. Let them sit with the pain. They should be embarrassed if they're 25 and they got zeros. Right? You had 7 years in the marketplace. You got out of high school 7 years ago. You got zeros? Great. Stop doing your plan. Do Bob Snyder's plan. You had your shot. Okay. So be thinking of questions. We're going to go through scenarios next week on some more of these numbers. If it really comes down to it, you guys want to do it Monday instead of Wednesday, then let me know Monday morning. Okay, I'm going to clear this. All right. We're going to do yellow now. Whoa, this is very yellow. You know what? We're going to switch. Pink. Good. Good. Thanks. Okay, good. Thanks, good. Something else that keeps popping up. We are so compliant. Gotta remember that. Even though I bring up some things that are showing that we're not compliant, 98% of the stuff we're doing is right. It's the 2% that we got to clean up. And that 2%, don't be like, well, it's just 2%. In some cases, you could definitely do that. That's just 2%. But here, that 2% could cost you too much. So let's focus on compliance in our ads. In our ads, we have to make sure that it does not sound like a job. This is not a job. Don't make it sound like a job. Not even close to a job. This is not a job. This is not employment. So you can't use employment type language. Okay, we don't employ people here. So there's language associated with this job employment world that we're not going to use. We're only going to use the language of business. Okay, so it's not a job. This is not a job. This is not employment. So some of the language that people accidentally use to fall into the job category is talking about like if you use this phrase, opening an office near you. Okay, the judges have decided that phraseology like that falls into job world, not into business world. So you can't put that in your ads anymore. Opening an office near you. Nope. You know what else? We found out last week. We had no idea. But we just found out last week that even saying commissions, because of a recent court case, the word commissions now falls into job and employment. Do you know what else does? Compensation. What? What in the world? How can such a ding-dong think that compensation is only for jobs? Well, unfortunately, that word is now categorized into the job world. So we don't use commissions. We don't use compensation. I know it's a joke. It sounds like a joke, right? You gotta be kidding me. But no, these are the things we get to adjust. So instead of compensation or commissions, we say earnings, or we say paid for referrals. Okay. Something we don't get to say is paid for performance. Okay. We don't pay for performance. We pay for referrals, and there are earnings. So we now get to say things like Renatus has the best earnings plan in the country. Renatus has the best earnings plan in the direct sales industry. Renatus has the best paid for referral plan in the world. Okay, so we got an earnings plan, not a compensation plan. We got an earnings disclosure, not a commission disclosure. So we pay out high earnings, we paid for referrals, we got to stick with this business language. Okay, there's a couple questions, let me get caught up. Okie dokie. All right, so Tamara, what's up? Should people stop posting in the job section of Craigslist? Yeah, that is now a gray area. Okay. Right now, we haven't received a directive. You cannot post in the job section. That we haven't been told that yet. So for now, that's still your own prerogative. Just make sure that we are using the compliantest language. Okay. So what we could say is for marketing services provided, I've earned $1.6 million. But I'm not going to say I've been compensated $1.6 million, and I'm not going to say I've earned $1.6 million in commissions. Okay, we're just changing, adapt and overcome. So now I get to say, Renatus pays out a $10,000 earnings for marketing the services. This is incredible. It's one little word, not a big deal. Okay. Tracy Lewis, and identifying ourselves as staff. Does that imply employment? I'm going to submit that to our council. What about the word staff? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're not allowed to do that, but I'll verify. So until you're told no, have at it. And posting on Indeed, that's fine again. Just make sure we pay $10.99. It's your earnings. And just make sure you're not applying that it's a job, right? So there's no set hours kind of thing. Okay. Yeah, you can say 1099. All right. Eugene, wouldn't earnings refer to job entitlements? You know what, Eugene? You're totally right. You nailed it. And this is where, unfortunately, when you're a bureaucrat, okay, there's a bureaucrat involved in all this crap. Crap, I don't know how to spell bureaucrat. Hey Siri, how do you spell bureaucrat?
Bureaucrat. B-U-R-E-A-U-C-R-A-T.
There we go. These bureaucrats in America are not entrepreneurs. They're not business owners. They don't think that way. They are employees. They get paid by this, that, and the other entity depending on the bureaucracy. So the bureaucrats are the ones who decided that commissions is a job language and earnings is a business language. Now, it is a double standard. Bureaucrats make double standards. That's why we don't like them. That's why we get frustrated with them. We're like, what the hell are you talking about? Friggin' bureaucrats. So they create double standards and they don't care. They live with themselves as contradictions and they don't necessarily live healthy. But because there's a double standard, instead of saying, well, hey, I don't like your double standard, unfortunately, we just shake our heads and go, good golly, Miss Molly, it's nonsense. Okay? So think about this. How come in a job posting, they're putting, hey, I need you to come be a manager at Jiffy Lube. It's $40,000 a year. Right there, they're putting money out there. Right? So in the business world, we can't say you could earn this much money, but as a job, you can say, hey, you could earn this much money. That's enticing them to go to the job to earn it. It's enticement. So instead of figuring out how to stop the double standards, Jim Rohn would say, let's not sign up for that class. Okay, let's just make the little adjustments. Bureaucrats at the end of the day have no creativity and entrepreneurs do. So we're always going to find a way to do it. Earnings disclosure, no big deal. Okay. So yes, unfortunately it is a little confusing with the double standards. Okay, Tracy, Renatus income opportunity out the window. That's right. It's the Renatus earnings opportunity. Cool. All right, Kevin, can you still use unlimited income potential? Yes. Brent, FYI, here's the Helios group. If you're not a part of the Facebook Helios group, get in and get on it. Cool. I'm going to go and check that out. The most important thing with marketing is accuracy. Okay, accurate information is all all the rules are about. All compliance is about accuracy. There are people in the world that aren't accurate, and so now there has to be man's laws, right? Man-made laws around accuracy when nature already required it. Nature's laws required accuracy for your business to thrive. So some of you, you're going to see your business grow because you've been inaccurate with your advertising and with your language. So now, man's laws have come in and are forcing us to be accurate. Okay? If you were accurate from the get-go, then this is fine. You don't have to make any shifts. And if you weren't accurate, you're welcome, because now we're going to use nature's laws of accuracy to build our business. You see how this works? You see how this feeds into itself, and it'll keep you clean, keep you organized, keep you straight. You can sleep at night. Take 6-month vacations. When you're accurate, you can do whatever you want. Okay? And by being accurate, you become more professional. And when you're more professional, you're more attractive. And to attract attractive people, you must be attractive. We get better quality leads, like Tracy is pointing out. These better quality leads save us more time, and we make more money. So we get a return on time and money. The return on effort goes way up, right? Some people go, oh, it's going to take more effort. Yeah, it is. But the good news is the ROE, the return on effort, is much higher. So there'll be a little effort up front, that's right, until you get it automatic and you're in 4 levels of learning. Saving us time. So return on effort's there. Jeremy. Could paying for referrals be construed as for referrals, not for closed business? And get us in trouble with someone who brings us 100 referrals but don't close business and leaves us liable because we didn't pay for the referral. Okay, so yeah, we're not paying for a referral. The exact language, thank you, Jeremy, is paying. You get paid for, pulling it up, we get paid for marketing services provided. Here's what you get paid for. You get paid for marketing the services provided. We provide a service, you market it. That's what you get paid for. So yeah, that's the clarity there. And see this accuracy? See, Jeremy took a ton of time, thought about it, put it in the right words, put the quotes where they need to be, created the powerful question. All of that was accuracy. Okay, accuracy. You get paid to be accurate. Follow nature's laws. It'll work. Cool. She's getting it. That means we're all getting it. Tracy Lewis can do it. Jeremy Farrell can do it. Brett Hansen can do it. We can all do it. Thanks for being inspirations, guys. It is a lovely Wealth Wednesday. I'm on the 75th floor of the Columbia Bank Tower watching the sun come up. And it is beautiful. Go get some sun. Go enjoy yourself. Remember that anything you put your mind to, anything that you believe, you can achieve. This is not just wordplay. This is the reality. You want to make $1 million business with Renatus? Do it. You want to become financially independent? Do it. You want to recruit a few people? Do it. You want to completely change the trajectory of your family's outcome? Do it. It's up to you. You're fully capable. It's in your hands. Eugene, Helios is coming out in just a couple days. Use that software. All right, guys, stay focused, stay hungry. Talk to you soon.